Hey guys, this is Blake from Blake's Sanctum, retro site for retro games. Welcome to my Let's Play Legends of Pegasus series. If this is the first video you're watching in the series, then I'll point out that some of these missions took me 5 to 10 hours to complete, so I fast forwarded through all the boring micromanaging and grinding bits. If you really want to see what I was doing in those bits, just use the YouTube speed controls to slow down the video when you need to. Let's play. I'm such an idiot. What was I thinking? Fix that now. There we go. And then we put the data. There we go. Okay, that's fixed that. Sorry, guys. God. So now these guys are going to protect our home system, while the other two stations we're going to send up to Zeta 5 to stop an invasion that will be coming. Because if you don't stop them when they first arrive, they literally spread out into your whole empire, just like in the last mission. So I'll show you in a minute, but I think, yeah, these ones will go on either side of Ramos, and then I can get rid of all the junk ships because I'm not going to need them anymore. Oh, look at them. They're huge. Absolutely huge. Big floating pieces, they look awesome. And look at that, I didn't even notice that destroyed cruiser from earlier. Cool. Now, so yes, the other two are coming along nicely, and we'll send them off shortly.
So our construction
Stop
complete.
that invasion once our battleship fleet starts doing missions. I'm going to back up the stations with a few battleships, and then the rest will be our big attack fleet. Look at them all.
Protocol change imminent.
So now we're in Zeta 5. I'm going to put them
Registering
at the
channel.
entrance
Standing
to
by.
my empire.
Construction
Yes,
of
so
a
they
solar
cannot enter my
installation
empire
is complete.
without getting through
Establishing
these two
data
guys. Well, my primary empire. I mean, I've got planets in this system, but they'll ignore them. They can't spread out through my empire in this system, whereas they can if they get to Zeta 2.
Construction of a solar installation complete.
There we go. Beautiful.
Establishing data links.
Can't wait to see these guys in action. Oh, baby.
Registering channel.
Look at those
Standing
ships.
ready.
We have our fleet. They look cool. As does the planet behind it. I love that orangey atmosphere. Definitely a more worthy homeworld. So, let's set course, and we'll better send Ramos
Executing
off
protocol
with
for
them,
jump.
because I think she's needed for certain mission
Preparing protocol
objectives.
change. System change confirmed.
Here we go.
Encryption solved. Awaiting command.
Here we go.
Override
It's
accepted.
funny, these guys have just been sitting here while their whole colony was taken from them.
Preparing protocol
And
change.
all their stations mysteriously vanished, and they're like, what
Protocol
happened?
switch. Protocol change imminent. Override accepted.
Hurry up. There we go. Oh no, we must protect our planet, which has mysteriously stopped speaking to us.
Damage identified. Engaging safety protocol.
So this is the first of just a whole lot of Zor cleanups you got to do to finish, do all those mission objectives. You know, rescuing the Zell shop and the Nell and all that. It's pretty repetitive. It's just you blasting crappy ships and crappy stations that maybe you could have done with your starting ships, but it just would have been really messy and annoying and difficult. Just so much easier to do this with a big battleship fleet. You just
Shield
block them up.
integrity is falling. Protocol switch. Eradication program complete. Shield systems are below optimal level. Eradication of target confirmed.
Alright. One system cleared. Several more to go. free
provided
clean.
a great service to us with your help. We have decided to supply you with resources to rebalance your losses.
What resources? All my resources are the same as last turn other than the money I made from my own colonies. You liars.
Destruction of target confirmed.
Alright. I think that's all
Thank you very
systems
much,
cleared
soldiers.
now.
The fleet would have been destroyed without your help. Your intervention shall not be for nothing.
Don't you have a non-existent gift for me too?
We'll provide a distraction now, Kasara. Watch out for yourself and stay as far away from the Zor as possible.
Of course, John. I won't take unnecessary risks. Besides, D52 installed a module with a further developed virus that I can use to immobilize possible attackers.
Destroy enemies in system Zeta 10. Well, there aren't any in there, but basically an invasion's going to be coming, and as you can see, if you look at the objectives, it says you've actually got to build an early warning system in Zeta 5, a telescope. Another one of those useless telescopes. So we've already colonised that system, so it won't be a problem. We can build the telescope, and in case you guys didn't notice, Ramos disappeared after that sequence because she's gone through to do her mission. So our fleet is probably better without her anyway, because I don't like her getting in the line of fire. So I think this one will do nicely. There we go.
Multiple Confederation units registered.
There we go.
Initiate measures.
Defend the system Zeta 5 and destroy the Zor in Zeta 1, 2 and Beta 5. Yeah, well they won't get that far. Okay, bye-bye. If you don't do this, they'll attack that before the star bases, which is annoying. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for blinding us, game. Okay, let's see our star bases in action. I used to use ships in my test games, so it's going to be exciting. Whoa! Look at the carnage! Oh, there's so many beams! I love it! Oh man, if I get the opportunity, I'm definitely going to use these in the next mission too, if there's some big battles. Wow. Very nice. Coming in at warp. Look at that, they're multitasking their destruction. I like it how the beams on the same station can operate independently like that and fire on multiple targets at the same time. That's very cool. That's awesome. Imagine what the Mark IIIs are going to be like.
We can't just sit around and trust that Kasara will appear with a huge fleet of allies. We need to do something ourselves.
Do you maybe also have a specific plan, or should we just spend the whole day nervously pacing up and down like you?
Skip the jokes, I'm worried. Besides, it would be senseless to put all of our hopes in a single plan. If Kasara is trying to win the Zor as allies, we need to find a way to make the Arthrox understand that they would also benefit from an alliance.
John, the Arthrox consider the Zor enemies.
Which is a mistake. If we manage to establish communications, then we can convince the Arthrox to help us. Together with Kasara and the remaining Zor, Drex will be history.
How likely is it that you'll be able to convince those aliens of this?
Even a ceasefire would help us, in that we would no longer have to fear an additional enemy at our backs.
John.
Nathan, I've already made my decision. We will do our utmost to achieve this communication. Still haven't been able to contact Andre. But the attack from a new direction does not bode well. The number of Drex's ships seems to keep growing, or else he wouldn't be able to afford sending so many ships to us. And the more we protect ourselves, the less time we have for strengthening of our own fleet or research into the artifacts. It's a catch-22. we're still repelling his attacks. But how long will that keep working out?
We were too late, John.
Tell me exactly what happened at the nucleus.
The nucleus? I was there, but it's no longer what I had expected based on the Delta Zor data. Now it's just a big soulless computer conveying Drex's orders to the smaller ships. Not a single Zor seems to be aware of its own race. They've been lobotomized into brainless robots.
That sounds like it wasn't just a failure of your mission that has you so upset.
I don't understand it either, John. The Zor are in my head since they linked me with their memories. But unlike them, I can't just simply observe this unemotionally. The Zor aren't just machines. They're like us. They all strive towards the same goal based on their common logical framework. They worked for the well-being of their race. Now they're just Drex's mindless killing machines. This is awful. I simply can't explain it any better.
Essentially, that means that the remaining Zor will fight for Drex.
They can't do anything about it.
I'm sorry, Cass. I wish that your mission had gone differently. But now we have to try and find a way to defend ourselves against the concentrated strength of Drex and the nucleus. We will need the support of the Arthrox more than ever.
Big story stuff, eh?
I'm sorry to ask for your help again, but we fear an imminent Confederation attack. For quite some time now, more and more of their ships have been gathering in one of our star systems.
Transmit the coordinates of the system to us. We will try to help you.
Defeat the Zoran system Theta 3. It's locked out.
Engaging move protocol for jump gate Theta.
Theta 2 will be the way there.
We've landed right in the middle of a fight between the Confederation and the Arthrox, John.
How are the
There we go.
Arthrox doing?
Well, there are too few to really do much against the Confederation fleet. If they're not smart enough to flee, they'll be destroyed.
Bring our ships exactly between the fronts, Nathan. We will protect the Arthrox.
Destroy all enemies in system Theta 2 and save the Arthrox. Alright.
Preparing protocol change.
See some
Encryption
enemy
solved.
ships.
Awaiting command. Move protocol engaged.
Doesn't look like much. Oh, they've managed to get in between us.
Opening port.
So there's
Calculating
human and
optimal
Zor
solution
ships.
for new goal. Opening data stream.
Usually it's better to kill the weaker ships first, but I don't know. I feel like I should target the cruiser.
Protocol switch.
Blasting the destroyer anyway. Geez, those torpedoes from the Arthrox, we saw them do ice several ships of mine in the past, and look at the destruction they do. I don't think they even need rescuing. That being said, they're about to lose a Corvette.
Eradication
Yep,
program
it's gone.
complete. Eradication program complete.
And they're about to lose another one. Yep, now it's gone. No, they're not going to lose those light cruisers. Those things are deadly. We've nearly got them anyway.
Destruction of target confirmed. Registering channel. Standing by.
They're gone.
That doesn't matter. We protected them against the Confederation, and they didn't open fire on us, even though we turned our backs on them. That was the first step in negotiations.
If we even managed to establish communication with them.
Don't be so negative, Nathan. I'm sure the Arthrox understand that we don't want to fight with them.
I'm sure they noticed that we saved them from the Confederation. The situation is serious. If we don't manage to persuade the Arthrox to an alliance, we will not have many more options. We've just become aware that it's not only the future of the humans that stands and falls with our resistance, but also the survival of the Zor. Should the Delta Zor be destroyed, their race, now that the nucleus has fallen, will cease to exist.
John, we have to search the newly explored star systems for technology. We need every advantage in the fight against the Confederation.
I know, Kasara. Head out. But be careful.
More systems have opened up to us.
Opening data stream.
This looks like the one where the
development
Zellshock
of the
need
prototype for
rescuing again.
communication with the Arthrox has been completed. A test phase can be initiated.
It's good news, C-14. We'll test the communicator as soon as we can.
Configuration of the prototype for the Arthrox will ensue while establishing a connection. The time frame required for this cannot be defined.
Search planet colonized by the Arthrox. I'm getting there.
Thank you very much, Daniels. You have prevented a fresh attack on our planets.
I'm glad that we were able to help you.
Do you have the means to provide for the defense of this system for a while? The colony has decided to evacuate several planets, and we want to be sure that we don't risk any more lives.
Defending this system will be difficult, but we will not abandon the Zellshock.
That's wonderful news. You will not regret your
Don't worry
effort.
about leaving any ships here. It's not. You don't fail any mission objectives. Don't think there's anything in
Encryption
here.
solved. Awaiting command.
No, there's nothing. So
Registering
we can
channel.
continue on to
Standing ready.
35.
Override accepted.
Which I believe will be where the story will continue. Or not. No, there's nothing in there. Ah, it's status. Okay, it's status 6. Geez, we're getting close to the galactic center, aren't we? Yeah, no, I remember
Opening
now. It's
port.
from my test game. It's
Opening data
36
stream.
wheel. Oh wait, no, I knew there was something here. We got to clean this thing up. Yeah.
Overriding move.
Right.
Preparing protocol change. Encryption
Need to go
solved.
to Iota
Awaiting command.
2.
Initiating move protocol. Jump gate will be reached
I think
momentarily.
that will be the one where stuff happens. Yep, here we go. Something's waiting for us. Oh my
Awaiting
god.
command.
That looks like a lot of red.
Solved. Awaiting command.
Whoa, ho, 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 whoa. That is massive. That is like the size of the fleet that attacked us in the final human mission. That is huge. And it's got stations.
Switching primary goal.
Well, maybe a little further back, Daniel.
Move protocol
Yeah.
engaged. Calculating.
Damn it! How did they get here?
I have no idea. We need to turn around. We're not prepared for this.
Why here of all places? I don't understand.
That's not important. Well, we can't possibly stay here and sacrifice our ships for an idea.
We will need to strengthen our fleet to break through this blockade.
Break Confederation blockade. Well, I've already strengthened my fleet, so
Registering channel. Standing ready.
let's go in there and kick some ass.
Command
It's gonna be
accepted.
tough though. There's
Position change in progress.
trick is
Move
try and kill as
protocol
many ships as you
engaged.
can
Override accepted.
before the cruisers arrive, because they're really slow and they've got a lot of firepower on them. And
Protocol
also
change
watch for
imminent.
crashes.
Command confirmed.
My fingers are crossed as this battle
Eradication
crashed in my
program
test
complete.
game, which was
Command
really
accepted.
annoying. Yeah, I guess the game does not like all these small ships blasting beams away and all their floating bits and modules attached together like jigsaw puzzles. I'm guessing maybe that puts more of a strain on the game than when you've got other kinds of ships doing stuff. Well, I'm only guessing though. 'Cause I don't really have much in the way of crashes in the human campaign. Alright, so I've iced the first volley. Where's this getting a picture of that? That is freaking nice.
Eradication program complete. Eradication of target confirmed. Command confirmed.
Kill as many as the tiny ships as we can before we get caught up with cruisers, otherwise we'll just be taking so much damage.
Shield integrity is falling. Targets destroyed. Command accepted. Overriding current code.
It's getting nasty.
Destruction of target confirmed.
We'll go. It's taking damage.
Opening port. Executing port. Complete. Command accepted. Executing protocol.
It's not letting me grab the other destroyer.
Damage on shield.
I hate it how it does that.
Command confirmed.
Oh no, I didn't want you to move there. Oh, you piece of... Oh. Crying out loud. Sometimes this game will drive you mad. Oh, and of course it's not going to let me target that destroyer either, is it?
Protocol switch.
Happy thoughts, happy
Switching
thoughts.
primary goal.
Need to get these stronger ships up front.
Protocol
Of course
change.
you start charging them.
Command
Or did you turn around quickly?
warning. Shield systems are below.
Trying to pull ships back and direct your target, direct your fire onto one target is quite the juggling act. Oh, no, no, no. He's getting smashed up. This ain't the last battle, guys, so I don't want my fleet to get too trashed. It's definitely the toughest battle.
Damage on shield system identified. Eradication of target.
God, we're not killing them quick enough because these cruisers, there's a lot of cruisers in their fleet. They're tough. So I need to basically... Too many of my ships are too far away, so I'm bloody ordering a whole bunch of them
Eradication program.
to come around and start
Destruction of target.
absorbing the enemy fire so they can stop targeting one ship.
Awaiting command. Overriding current goal. Target destroyed.
Yeah.
Command confirmed.
Bloody kill these destroyers, please.
Destruction of target confirmed. Eradication program complete. Executing protocol. Shield systems are being attacked.
Good.
Awaiting command. Overriding
After
current
this
goal.
guy's out of harm's way, I reckon we've got him. There's only one.
Destruction of target.
Now there's only one cruiser left.
Preparing protocol change. Command confirmed.
Hurry up.
Command confirmed. Protocol change imminent. Destruction of target confirmed. Damage identified.
Yes.
Attack on target successful. Eradication
we go.
of target confirmed.
Alright, let's go clean up the stations. I think I'll split my fleet to do it. Thank goodness. And it didn't crash.
Did it! The way is clear. Why did it seem as if they wanted to prevent us from reaching the Arthrox?
Because that was their exact plan. Otherwise, there's nothing here.
We need to hurry. I don't want to be here when the reinforcements arrive.
Why not? We took care of the main blockade just fine.
Open
No, alright, we better
System change confirmed.
press on. Something pretty cool awaits us in Iota 12. The Arthrox colony.
Protocol change imminent.
Look at all that blue.
Protocol change imminent.
Look at that. Nice ocean-filled world and lots
Override
of
accepted.
alien-looking stations. Look at this. A weapons platform Mark III, and it's moving and breathing. And a couple of little tiny frigates there. They look quite cute. Man, is that weird. Looks like a giant plant. And, wow. It's got balls. Moving balls. Is that the shipyard? Yeah. Wow. So alien. It's going to be fun playing as these go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. These water and organic buildings.
We've finally reached our
Fascinating
goal.
playing as these guys.
Now it's up to the prototype to show if it can really enable communication with the Arthrox. Nathan, activate the communicator. Since we don't know how long it needs for configuration, we should prepare for a possible Confederation attack.
Enemy units.
Here they come.
detected.
Oh, great, they've managed to go around us a bit. I positioned the ships in the wrong
Registering
place.
channel. Standing ready.
Oh, we'll ice them quick enough, hopefully, before they can kill any of the Arthrox. Not that it really matters. I'm pretty sure you don't fail the mission if they lose a few ships. Oh, they got beam weapons. These little tiny frigates have got beam weapons. Interesting. Yeah, pretty deadly too.
Destruction of target.
Borg cutting
Command
beams.
confirmed.
Yep, we got them. Those Arthrox ships are definitely on class comparison basis. They seem more powerful than the other races, even if they look very small. I wonder how their ships are built.
Eradication program complete.
We'll find out, of course,
Destruction of
soon
target
enough.
confirmed.
Okay.
Protocol change imminent. Opening port. Opening port.
Now,
Protocol
I
change.
found out in my
imminent.
test game that the game basically jams if you just, well, not jams, it just goes nowhere if you stay there. So, turns out there's another Arthrox fleet back in the system you came from that needs rescuing, and you can sit there forever, and unless you go and save them.
Preparing protocol
So,
change. Awaiting
here we
command.
go. Yep, nothing else, just a little thing here, and then this should do it, if I recall.
Command accepted. Position change in progress.
And this one's pretty easy compared to all the other battles we've had to fight. And I suppose these are the reinforcements
Protocol
that
switch.
Daniel's predicted.
Attack on target successful. Switching primary goal. Eradication program complete. Eradication program complete. Eradication program complete.
This is Jonathan Daniels of the Resistance Movement against Sovereign Drex and the Zor Nucleus. We have come here to conduct alliance negotiations with the Arthrox.
The tribe of the Aethris welcomes you to our territory, Jonathan Daniels. We are prepared to hear your concerns. But we require an explanation for the presence of the Zor in your company. The machine beings are not desired in our territory.
We are delighted at your words. The Zor in our colonies have been separated from the Nucleus for a long time, and we fight together, opposing the human aggression of Sovereign Drex.
The humans that are connected with the Zor nucleus have indeed become a growing concern for our tribe. Yet we have had similar clashes with the Zor who are now part of your colonies.
The Zor who are now under my leadership are no longer the same. They have no interest in further conflict with the Arthrox. Quite the opposite. Through me, they are also looking for a peaceful accord.
We will discuss this. Our tribe will consider if such an alliance would benefit us. We do not want to be pulled into a war.
But you are already part of this war.
Sorry, John. They cut the connection.
That's it, we did it. We did it. We're now up to the final mission for the Zor campaign, and considering how big the final human one was, this is probably going to be a nightmare. But I'll see you next time, guys.